Hey there guys, welcome back. Today we are covering Imperial Knights. They just got a brand new update just like a couple hours ago. It is an index update, not the codex, but everything has been adjusted to be in line with the Chaos Knights, our brothers. So pretty much our toughness has gone down, but our points have gone down hugely, and a few little rule changes, so we'll go through them. First up, the points. As you can see across the board, I'll have the percentages to the side of the screen. Armiger, Hellraven and Warglaive did not change. Canis Rex dropped 70 points down to 380. Canis is actually kind of terrifying at that point. The Knight Castellan, they're saying it dropped 115. It didn't used to be 510. Well, it did another dataslate ago. It used to be 480. So he actually dropped 95 points. Still, big reduction of about 17 and a bit percent. The Crusader dropped 80 points, which comes in about 18%, pretty good. Knight Errant didn't drop as hard, went down to 345, it's about 11.5% drop. The Gallant dropped the least out of the big knights, he dropped down to 345 as well, and you start to see a theme, a lot of the Questoris platforms here are the same cost. But he was already really cheap at 390, so not a big reduction, but hey, he's still cheap. The Knight Paladin dropped again, 60 points down to the same value, 345, nearly a 15% reduction there. The Knight Preceptor, it's still garbage, it dropped 70 points down to 335. The Knight Valiant also dropped down to 395, like his brother Castellan. Again, wasn't 510, not for quite a while. The last update he was 480, so again, 17 and a bit percent reduction. Note that with the Valiant and Castellan under 400 points each, there is a world, and I am going to do it, where you can run 5 Dominus Knights. You could run 3 Castellans and 2 Valiants. Here is my 5 T12s with incredible shooting. The Knight Warden dropped nearly 19%, going down to 365 points. In terms of Forge World, they're still here, thank God, I'm so happy. The Castus Knight Asterius didn't change, but his other brother, the Porphyrion, dropped 10 points. I'm guessing to be in line with the Chaos one, which is also 7 points, but that is only a 1.4% point difference. It's actually insulting, really, at that point. The Morax dropped 10, and I'm guessing they did that to keep it in line with the 130, the 140, and now 150 points with Armigers. The Akron and the Atropos, the Castigator and the Lance all went down to 365 points. So the same platform, being the Cerastus Knight, the long legs, all the same cost now. The Megara dropped down to 355, and so did the Strix. Again, the Mechanicus Questoris platform, same cost. So we've tried to really unify the points along the board here. They're really paying by chassis rather than rules and loadout, it seems to be. Because of that, there are definitely some pros and cons, better winners than others. Also, pointing out the Castigator, dropping 100 points is actually a 21.5% reduction. Okay, let's go through the actual index, the rules, and I'll have the points to the side of the screen so we can kind of relate to it. I'm probably going to ramble, but just a different kind of video. So it looks like the code didn't change at all, Bondsman's still the same. They did update Super Heavy Walker to actually include the, walking through buildings. If it's greater than 4 inches, you might get battle shock. So they've updated that, added that in. Just nice to have. Our detachment rule is still the same. Field of Pain 6 if we're on it on a 5. Pretty good, nice and short. It looks like all the enhancements might be the same. Reavered Knight hasn't changed. Mysterious Guardian still lets you do the uppy downy teleport bullshit with his Imperial Knight. Mythic Hero is still the same, giving you double Bondsman. Banner is still your sticky objective, I think. Yep. Unyielding Paragon still Questoris only, worsen incoming AP by 1. So enhancements are still the same, and they didn't change in cost either. I think all the stratagems are still the same. Squire's Duty and Rotate Iron Shields are probably our go-to until we get our other detachments. Trophy Claim, Valiant Last, yep. So nothing here has really changed. It's more on the stat line sheets here. So we'll zoom this in and make it look pretty. Just focus on one Armiger, one knight at a time. There we go. Alright, so Hellraven. Armiger platform, they're all T9 now, just like the Chaos. They've gone up to 14 wounds from 12. OC has gone down from 8 to 6. Important thing to note as well, our new bracketing profile. We bracket at 5 and down instead of 4 and down, which considering we gain 2 wounds is still pretty good. But bracket is not also our hit roll getting worse. We also lose 3 OC. Our OC gets halved when we get bracketed. That is a bit of a nerf. Do need to take that in consideration. But weapon profiles are still the same. Yeah, everything's still the same for the Hellraven. For the Warglaive, same rule, T9, gain few extra wounds. Our bracketing does half at OC now. The Thermal Spear got nerfed. It was 24 inches, now it's 18 on the main gun. Still hitting on 3s, 2 shots, strength 12, AP4, D6. But now it's being 18 inches instead of 24, means Melter 4 triggers at 9 inches and under instead of 12 inches and under. It does make him less scary, less lethal. Knight Paladin, I don't think he saw any changes, except going down to T11 now. Gained, I think, 4 wounds up to 26, which is actually pretty good. I know T11 can be rough, las cannons can actually kind of be scary, winning us on 3s now. And we bracket at 9 and under, where I think it used to be 7. And again, when you become bracketed with the Questora's platform, your OC goes from 10 down to 5. Still decent OC, but trying to get into 9 wounds. His Bondsman is still the same, and he still has all the rerolling rules built into him. And I cannot see any Questora's weapon that's had its platform changed. Alright, the Knight Errant, same rules as well. T11, gain a few extra wounds, new bracketing profile. His rules are still the same. The Bondsman, his aggressive assault giving +1 to hit on the nearest target. He looks really good to me, being how cheap he is now at 345. I might want to bring 2 of them, 3 of them, who knows, a real aggressive melter platform. It's good that his thermal cannon didn't get nerfed. Going from 24 to 18 would kind of suck for him. The Gallant is still the faster of the Questoris, moving 12 inches instead of 10. He's still a T11, 26 wounds now, and he brackets at 9 and under. But again, same rules, no better melee profile, still hitting on 2, same number of attacks, just him, but a little bit cheaper, a little bit weaker. The Warden does feel a bit better now. Not so expensive at 480 points, he comes at 365. For his really strong Bondsman and giving him the enhancement to double Bondsman, sorry, it could be actually quite an option to do, making a 2 armor just stay around way longer than they should. But other than that, again, his rules are still the same. The Crusader looks great now, though the Castellan might overshadow him still. This guy comes in at 365. All the weapon profiles and shooting distances are still the same strength, same AP, still the same Bondsman. Yep, everything stayed the same for him, thank God. Oh, I do want to check one thing, going backwards here. Armigers for us still have battle line, but Chaos lost it, except for in a detachment. I wonder if that's because we have less Armiger profiles to pick from. We've got 2 plus a Forge World, so you could say 3, where I forget how many Armiger profiles Chaos can run. Maybe Imperial Knights will keep battle line for their Armigers, maybe we won't. We might have the same thing with the detachment rule. Not sure on that one. The Preceptor, again, point reduction, 335 in points, same rule, T11, 26 wounds, same bracketing. He's still poo-poo. I don't like his rules, I don't see anyone play him. Now this is where it's getting good. I was really starting to like the Knight Castellan at 480 points, and now you're telling me I can have him at 385, and I can fit more of them in a list. It makes a shooting heavy Imperial Knight list even better. He has kept the same rules. Volcano Lance is still really good at D3 with Blast, kills whatever it looks at. All the weapons have maintained the same profiles, same giving Armigers cover, same Titan Hunter, kind of getting a bit more consistent damage output. But we do we do come bracket at 10 wounds and under. OC goes down to 5, -1 to hit. But he's T12 now, instead of T13, which I'm going to have to live with it. And his save went from a 2+ to a 3. Ugh, that kind of sucks. Having a Knight Dominus in cover was kind of funny, because you're like, yeah, my 2-up save in cover. Good luck trying to get through that. You didn't need to rotate his Iron Shield too much. But 28 wounds is a lot to deal with now, especially under 400 points. Ugh. Like I said, there is a world where I might be bringing 3 of these and the 2 Knight Valiants for some fun. Looking at the Valiant, our Thundercall Harpoon was a thing I did note seems different from the Chaos variant. The Chaos variant doesn't have anti-monster, anti-vehicle, does have dev wounds, but it's D3 for shots with Blast, where we're just 1 shot. We hit on 2, strength 24, AP 6, strength 12. Ours, I don't know, is more shots better with the Harpoon? It still hits hard. We just have the anti-vehicle monster with the dev wound combination. I think I like the Chaos one more, because I could shoot into like Terminators and just turn them to paste, or shooting into a big vehicle without an invuln feels better with the Chaos variant, I think. But, you know, everything's still the same. We're T12, the reduction, more wounds, still wounded 10 and below. Yep, everything's still the same here. Canis looks pretty good. Canis is only 380 points instead of 450, which also for people who want to ally in Canis is keep that in mind. T11, 26 wounds, brackets under 9 and under. Kane is still going to be pretty good. Okay, into the Forge World models. The Asterius did not change. I don't think so. No, still the same. Knight Porphyrion did get that 10-point reduction, but his rules are still the same. So the caster's platform is still T13 with the 2-up save. This is the only way now in Imperial Knights you can get to a T13 with that juicy 2-up save. Definitely a lot harder now. But these models are so expensive at 765 and 700. They're not as playable unless you're playing in big dumb games. But at this point cost now, 2 Knight Castellans are getting pretty close to the cost of one of these Acastus, and they can do way more damage. The Knight Lancer. Yes, he went down to T11. He's still a really fast boy at 14-inch move, 3-up save, and that great 4-up invuln. Him being 365 points, you might see Imperial Knight melee be a thing with how good the Lancer is, especially with the nightly reroll in it. The guy just is good into every meta we fight into. But other than that, his Bondsman's still the same, still tank shock for free, good damage output, hits on 2s, wounds on 2 with his Lance if he charged in, which he probably will be because he moves 14 inches. Yeah, Knight Lancer, even with deep striking with the enhancement, could be pretty good. Now the Castigator, this is getting interesting. He dropped from 465 to 365, and his Bondsman looks better when he's nice and cheap. And we're not bringing as many armages, so we're not going to have the issue of having too many Bondsman triggers stacking onto the armages. His Bondsman gives a armager, sustain hits 1, and improved armor penetration 1. You give it to Hellraven, making him strength 9, AP 2, flat 3 damage, with sustained hits with 8 shots. That's not bad. His Storm of Bolts gives something suppression, so -1 to hit, provided it's on a monster vehicle. Not bad. He is great at killing general troops, elite, stuff like that. Maybe like a light vehicle. 18 shots on a minigun can probably get through a light vehicle anyway. And his melee is okay. It's not like a big power fist, which I'd rather. But the caster's platform, T11 as well now. Slightly faster than a Questoris, gained a lot more wounds. And these guys bracket 10 and under. Same problem, OC goes half if you get bracketed. Yeah, gonna have to do some testing with him. 365 points does seem pretty good. The Acheron, same deal again. I didn't like this guy before, but at 365 points, I might give it a go. His rule is removing things from cover, and Bondsman makes things have to take battle shock. He didn't get any busters, weapons, still same profile, just a big flamer that can't overwatch, really annoying. The problem we're going to have with him, you bring him because you want to knock things out of cover, but you can bring that, what's that, Sister's Tank, the Moliator, which can knock things out of cover. You can do that way cheaper and at a longer range. I love the Knight Atropos before, I love it even more now. He comes in at also 365 points, but he's got Invuln 5 in melee, which makes him slightly better than others they don't have it in melee. T11, 5-up Invuln, 3-up save, 28 wounds, yep. For 365 points, hitting on 2s when he attacks a monster or vehicle was pretty good. +1 to wound if it's into a Titanic. And he gets, his Bondsman gives a little armager full hit and wound in rerolls into a Titanic or a Towering, which is the same thing really. Yeah, his weapons are great. Sustained hits across the board. It's like kind of like a budget Canis Rex in a way. Alright, I'm going to do this one again. The Megara and the Strix, I totally stumbled. They saw the new update like the Crestorath platform, T11. But these guys have a 5 invuln for melee because of Mechanicus, different shield profile. OC 10 still, but when you get bracketed at 10 wounds, 9 wounds and under, you go halfway. All his weapons stay the same melee, same shooting. Still repairs through his own rule, but Bondsman now gives an armager improved strength and AP if it shoots at the nearest target. That is a thing. Does that stack with Squire's Duty? Strength 11 on Hellravens and AP 3? That could be a thing with potentially if you're honored damage 4. Can strength and AP get modified more than once? I'll have to double check, but I think they can. You can't modify dice rolls more than that. That's going to be interesting. We'll have to look into him. And then his brother, the Strix, same cost again, 355. Same rules for being a new Questoris, T11, 5-up invuln melee, which is great. His Bondsman gives out Battle Shock. For an Imperial Knight, that's definitely a chaos thing to do, but kind of different. He's still got the rule Grav pinned where infantry models hit by a secondary weapon get slowed down. I never really cared for it too much, just seemed weird. But Bondsman giving out Battle Shock is kind of different. I don't see a need for it. I'm trying to kill you, I'm not trying to Battle Shock you. But all his weapons stayed the same. And then the Armiger Morax, our third and only option for Armigers. Same rule, 2-9, have a 5-up invuln for range only. He doesn't get the melee part. Still got the good 14 wounds. Got the nerf to OC 6 instead of 8. His weapon profiles all look the same. Still has that amazing Siege Claw, which is why we bring him. But he dropped 10 points to 150, and that's to keep in line with that scale of 130, 140, 150 for our 3 respective Armigers. It still has the ability to give himself, use Protection Protocol, weaken Heroic Intervention for nothing. Yeah, 150 points is a lot better, especially with that melee profile, because the Armiger melee on our side isn't that great, so this guy can do it way better. Okay, that is our brand new index for Imperial Knights. Not a codex, but it's still pretty good because we've not had really much change at all. We're waiting for a codex still. It's cool to see the reflection of us with the Chaos Knights, kind of same thing. Note, big point reductions, what can we build, what can we do? Let me know down below what you want to try. Our Armigers are still battle line, thank God. The Megara and the Strix got new rules. I think it was the Megara that had the improved strength and AP on the Bondsman. That's pretty good. If that stacks with Squire's Duty, I'm interested in that. Yeah. I might have to do that list with 5 Dominus Knights in it. 3 Castellans and 2 Valiants. And I think you have 25 points left over to put Mysterious Guardian on a Knight to teleport it in. I'm sorry, friends, but I'm going to try it. Alright, I'm excited for this. I'm not negative at all. I'm actually feeling pretty good about it. I don't care if we drop the toughness. We got the point reduction to make it worth it. And they brought some things in that were a bit overcosted, like the Night Warden and the Castigator. Pretty heavily overcosted for what they could do. Now they feel a lot better. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to my patrons for your direct support. I cannot thank you enough. Let us know down below how you feel about the brand new Knights. Alright, see you guys. Bye.
On the one hand, gold. On the other hand, painful, agonizing failure.